So let's have a conversation. Do y'all know that when battered women that been through domestic violence situations, they have been exploited, mentally abused, physically abused, verbally abused. These women can only get assistance, y'all, right? Listen. First of all, they don't even care if you homeless, right? They don't even care if you're living on the street. None of that. You got to go. You got to do the song intake. You got to do an assessment. Listen, you got to go through all of this stuff just to get housing. This is just for housing. And you still may not qualify. Okay, let's talk about this. Because I help women that have been through traumatic events, right? And so I want you to understand that you are not alone. But listen, I think it's just crazy. Even I have helped pregnant moms in crisis situations. They only let you, these homeless shelters, stay at the women's shelter for so long. So this is why you need more, you need more, what's it called? Transitional housing, right? And you also need recovery homes, okay? For women that are dealing with addiction, okay? And trauma, things like that, And so you got to go through this whole process. I just think it's crazy how, you can be on the streets, okay, living out your car with your kids, and you got to go through this whole process just to get a spot, okay? That's what they call it, space, right? Because they hold space for you, okay, while you figure it out, basically, because you can be in there for months with your children in this, in these shelters, or what they call them, institutions. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You can be in these places for months with your children, and they still not give you housing. I'm talking about for women that have been battered, you've been abused, you've been, exploited, you've been taken advantage of, right? Yeah, that woman. So listen, y'all, I just think it's crazy how they got all these systems set up, and these systems are not to help you, really. It's not. I told a lady the other day, I said they'll help a foreigner in this country, in America, before they help their own people, the citizens from this country. You got to go through all of this stuff just to get assistance, just to get help, possibly going through even living on the street. You got so many people on the streets right now, it's cheaper to live on the streets than to pay rent. It's just foolish, y'all. It is. How this wicked world system is set up.